The Cleveland Browns get demolished against the Houston Texans. The Kansas City Chiefs handle the 6th seed Miami Dolphins. And this AFC playoff picture is really starting to take shape. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports, everybody. I'm Jason. Let's talk about everything that's going on with the NFL, with the playoffs, games being moved, all this stuff that's going on inside of this playoff bracket. And it's early excitement, early fireworks. And this is exactly what the NFL wants. They want to be talked about. They want everything to be super exciting and just crazy. That's their goal. That's exactly what they're shooting for. But let's start in Houston, where the Texans dismantled the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett, a guy that everybody thinks should be the decoy, absolutely neutralized, getting destroyed. I saw one play where he got blown up so bad it was like hilarious how bad he got blown up. But a guy like him being neutralized like that, the Cleveland Browns needed him in a big moment, and he was nowhere to be found. What does that say for Myles Garrett? You know, I know the playoffs don't really count for anything toward the decoy voting or anything like that. But man, that shows me a couple things about Myles Garrett. TJ Watt, yes, he's had limited opportunities also in the playoffs and has never won a game. But when he played in one, I saw him perform well against the Kansas City Chiefs in a blowout where the Pittsburgh Steelers were completely destroyed in Ben Roethlisberger's last playoff game. There's a lot of things going on, though, guys. Tons of stuff. You saw the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Miami Dolphins, the 6th seed, and the 5th seed, now out of the playoffs. The Miami Dolphins couldn't get anything done. Tua sucked. The Dolphins as a whole sucked in that cold weather. The Kansas City Chiefs handled them. They handled them well and easily. So the Kansas City Chiefs, the 3 seed, defeat the 6 seed. So you have the 5th and 6th seed out of the playoffs. That leaves the 7th, the 4, the 3, the 2, and the 1 remaining. Now for the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Buffalo Bills. This game will mean a lot in terms of where people go. If the Buffalo Bills win, they face the Kansas City Chiefs at home. I'm sorry I misspoke about that yesterday. I said something about them packing their bags overlooking the Steelers, and I misspoke. The Bills do take on the Kansas City Chiefs. I knew that then, and I know that now, but I just misspoke whenever I was doing the video and didn't really realize it until it was already uploaded. So, hey, it is what it is. I'm not perfect, but that was my mistake on that video. But anyway, the Bills would face the Kansas City Chiefs, the 2 versus the 3. The 1 seed Baltimore Ravens would host the Houston Texans, the 4 seed, if the Steelers were to lose. If the Steelers win, you see a Pittsburgh Steelers Baltimore matchup next week, and then you would see the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Houston Texans in Kansas City, which will probably be another bad weather game. So will the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. And the Steelers are a team that has swept the Baltimore Ravens already. This playoff bracket is setting up to be so exciting, guys. And remember, I told you there's going to be an upset. Everybody picked the Cleveland Browns. I know the Texans were the 4 seed, but they snuck in. Everybody was loading up on the Cleveland Browns. And sure as shit, the Houston Texans pummeled the Cleveland Browns and sent them back to Cleveland with their tail between their legs, no pun intended, dog pound. But you guys got your ass beat, and nobody on that team showed up. Joe Flacco showed his age, throwing 2 pick sixes back to back. He showed why he isn't an everyday starter consistently inside the NFL still to this day. The lack of quarterback play yesterday really shined through for the Cleveland Browns, and they were unable to hold the Houston Texans off on offense. Also, C.J. Stroud played an excellent game, and I told you all, C.J. Stroud is a real ball player, guys. He is going to be an excellent quarterback in the NFL. I was wrong about him coming out of the draft. I thought that he was going to be the flop. But boy, he proved everybody wrong. C.J. Stroud has been an absolute instrumental key to this Texans team and their success. He provides that real confidence level that this team needs. You saw a former Steeler yesterday in Steven Nelson with a pick 6. There are so many things going on for the Houston Texans, and they are a dangerous team to play. And if you are any team inside of this AFC playoff bracket, I would be leery about playing them because they can definitely win and they can definitely make it to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. The Kansas City Chiefs, you saw them beat the Miami Dolphins, but do they really want to play the Houston Texans? I think the Texans will absolutely destroy the Kansas City Chiefs right now. I just really do. I think they're flying high, and I don't think the Chiefs have the firepower to keep up with the Houston Texans. I really don't. You heard it here first. If that ends up being the matchup, I don't think it'll fare well for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get to the game that we all really want to talk about here on this channel, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills matchup being moved to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday. Does that affect either team? Does that give either team an advantage? After thinking about it initially, I was kind of pissed off because I thought the Steelers really fared well in a game that would be messy and nasty in nature with bad weather. I really, really did, and I'm sure a lot of you did also. But now that I really have looked at it and had some time to digest it, I think it's going to be about the same. I think they're going to have problems with the weather still tomorrow on Monday. They are expecting like 8 to 12 more inches of snow tonight in the Buffalo area with that snow band area receiving way more. So you could still have major problems. They were paying people $20 an hour to come shovel out the stadium yesterday. So I mean, there's still going to be an issue with this weather. There's still going to be a problem, but don't think that the Buffalo Bills aren't going to throw the ball. Josh Allen will check out a run plays, and he will try to be a gunslinger, and that's where he's made mistakes. He's thrown tons of interceptions this year, and if Mason Rudolph can limit his mistakes and the Steelers defense can force Josh Allen into turnovers, I think the Steelers could have an excellent chance to be sitting in Baltimore next week. We'll just see how this goes. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are lacking one of their best defenders in TJ Watt. We get that. But the Pittsburgh Steelers have some exciting young players. They have some exciting veterans that are still on this roster that can play. Golden, Herbig, Alex Highsmith, definitely probably going to take a lot of snaps from TJ Watt's spot because I think Herbig's more comfortable from where Alex plays from the right side, from the left side of that defense. So he'll be going up against the left tackle of the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills really don't give up a lot of sacks, guys. The tackles are pretty damn good. They don't really let Josh Allen get roughed up from the edge rusher position. That's why I keep saying all week, and I'm going to continue this theme, you're going to have a big game from the interior line, defensive line, of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cam Hayward, Larry O, Keanu Benton are going to have lights out games. And that brings me down to my major point. You're going to have games tomorrow from 3 rookies on defense that have to be premier games, have to be their best game yet as pros. And that is Nick Herbig, that is Joey Porter Jr., and that is Keanu Benton. You're going to have to see them have big games tomorrow. You're going to have to see them play lights out. It's a must. 3 guys. What a story that would be. 3 rookie guys this season coming in and being major contributors to a playoff win in Buffalo, New York, in horrible conditions against a guy like Josh Allen. I think it could really happen. I think everybody counting the Steelers out is becoming just ridiculous. I'm going to put a graphic up here of one channel. I won't even shout them out or anything, but you'll see everybody's picking the Buffalo Bills. I've seen very few people pick the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I did see some when the weather was guaranteed to be bad. I saw a couple people pick them. But then now that the weather and it got moved and maybe people think there's going to be some more throwing and things of that nature, I've heard everybody talk about how the Steelers are going to get blown out. I heard Keyshawn Johnson on Undisputed with Skip and Michael Irvin talk about how the Buffalo Bills are going to beat the Steelers so bad that this game won't even be close, that it'll be a laugher. That's what he said. This game will be a laugher. And I think he's totally off base with that. I really, really do. We've done some videos this week on why I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could win, but I just think that this is adding some extra motivation. If you're the Steelers, you can't help but notice everybody picking against you. You can't help but notice you're being backed into a corner by every way you look. Everyone, the NFL, the city of Buffalo. I know they canceled the game and moved it, but still, that's something. Hey, you were ready to go, they moved you, so there's adversity, but there's adversity for both of these teams. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying for the Pittsburgh Steelers particular, there's so many things that have been against you this entire season. Poor quarterback play. You finally get a guy in there that's been able to have some big time confidence and move the football. So that you overcame. You overcame so many injuries on defense. It's unbelievable. The defense was left for dead out there every week on the field, getting double digit outplayed in possession, time of possession by other teams. The defense out there down after 3 and out after 3 and out. So many things happening. It's just so crazy. And now that they both get an extra day to prepare, who does this benefit? Josh Allen's a gunslinger. I don't really think that it matters that he gets an extra day to prepare because I think he plays from the hip. I think he just plays with the feel of the ball game. So that's what I feel like he does. I think Mason Rudolph might be a little bit more technical, and I think giving a veteran like Mason Rudolph a little bit more time to prepare could be a disaster for the Buffalo Bills. So maybe that benefits the Pittsburgh Steelers. I still pick the Bills to win this game, but I don't think it will be the blowout. I don't think it'll be the messy game that the national media is trying to feed you that narrative. The line on the game is what, 9.5, 10.5, 10. I've seen it in so many different places. But man, are you really thinking the Pittsburgh Steelers are that much worse than the Buffalo Bills? The Steelers sit 10-7. The Buffalo Bills have 11 wins. What's the real difference? So many teams inside of this playoff bracket all fit within the same type of win range from 11 to 10. It's really not that much of a difference. Every team has had their moments of struggle this season. And I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are hot now. So are the Bills. So I think this is going to be an exciting game. And I don't think it'll be the blowout that many are calling for. But nobody is picking the Steelers. And I don't really think that this delay in the game is really going to matter either way. I think it's still going to be a messy game. I think it's still going to come down to turnovers. And I think it still could lean in the Steelers' way. I do. I think there's a better chance than the national people are giving them. I really think that to be true. But we'll see how this all plays out. Again, the Steelers game moved till tomorrow. I know that sucks for a lot of you that have to work and things of that nature, missing the game. I really think that sucks really, really bad. But again, remember, Sean told us about an app for listening, SiriusXM, I believe, that you can get a free trial and be able to listen to the game from your device through headphones. So if you are at work, you can download that app for free, and just remember to discontinue it before they start to charge you. But that way you can listen to the game and have a quality broadcast within your ear, and you're not trying to search for it on like YouTube, getting like shitty like watch along parties and stuff like that. You'll actually get to hear the game live and from like a professional standpoint. So, okay, guys, let's wrap it up. But are the Steelers going to be able to overcome everything? How is this playoff bracket shaping up? I mean, there's so many questions. We'll be back again tomorrow ahead of the game to give a little bit more analysis on this game. We'll be live post-game show. It should be a fun one. Everybody jump on, whether Steelers win or lose. Let's get on and celebrate this season, celebrate them moving on possibly, and just really break these Steelers down as we possibly head further into the postseason or head into the offseason. So, I mean, it's a 50-50 chance, guys. Let's just see how it goes, see how it plays out, and let's wish the best for our Pittsburgh Steelers as they face the Buffalo Bills in Orchard Park, New York. Let's talk about the NFC playoff bracket really quick. The Packers versus the Cowboys, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time today. The Bucks, Eagles, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. That'll be part of the NFL double hitter with the Bills, Steelers at 4:30 and the Bucks, Eagles at 8:15. Big time games tomorrow. Let's see if the Eagles can get back on track, because I think there's a real chance that the Eagles to get an upset, and I think that might be your other upset in the NFC. The Packers may be able to beat the Cowboys today. Let's see if the Cowboys can stay on their winning ways and stay performing at a high level. So we'll see how that all works. But a lot of good games, a lot of things happening, and it's just going to get more and more interesting as we move forward. And I think it is a big mistake that everybody is picking against your Steelers. And when you back a dog into a corner, you might get bit when they come out swinging, man. You just might get bit. All right, guys, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Remember to like, share, all that stuff. Subscribe if you're not already. And until next time, peace.